Good evening and welcome back to live streaming coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We are live here tonight. John Epping taking on Glenn Howard. Pleased to be joined by Matt Hames, Kevin Palmer of the curling Zoom party, currently checking out the stream. We've refigured this a little bit to sort of fix some of the noise problems from last week. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Jerry. It's great to be here.
Hey, Jerry. How are you? Hey, Matt.
So we got a great matchup tonight. Two of the big heavyweights in Ontario curling, John Epping and Glenn Howard.
And they're getting into it right away.
Certainly love the action. Glenn Howard with Tim March at lead, David Mathers at second, Scott Howard at third. Of course, the veteran Glenn skipping, throwing last stones.
Epping threw up a couple of center guards right away. Oh, this is curling a little bit. We want it to roll the other way. Half rack double here.
We got Pat Jansen in the hack. Jansen fill in this weekend for Team Epping. Matt Cam out of the lineup currently with an early season injury.
Oh.
Yeah, just over the top.
Somehow hit that too thick.
Yeah, just curled on him a bit too much there. That's two shots in a row that have overcurled on these hits on that spot. Really trying to go just top 12 here, put a lot more pressure on Epping if they can just get this nice and high.
And are the masks here now this week as opposed to last week mandatory, or is it just more the teams Jerry chose to wear them?
Fully mandatory all week. We actually implemented that as of Saturday morning last weekend.
Well, that's not the ideal spot right there. Probably play the double here and sit right underneath, sit buried, although it's not horrible. They really wanted to make that top 12. He flashed.
Just didn't get enough out to the broom there.
Yeah, they were on it right away too. Oof. I don't think you can go top 12 here, the same shot that he just called, because then they make the double and they're sitting buried behind a guard. So they got to come around these center guards. It's almost like at this point in the end, you try to figure out where to put a rock that doesn't hurt you. Really want this again, top 8. It doesn't even have to be buried. It's a good looking shot.
Oh,
maybe not.
Quite in.
Quite.
Not quite in.
Just a fresh side of the ice there.
Yeah, it's just off. They scraped before this, Jerry? Do you know?
I believe they had a fresh scrape before the last draw.
So this is game 2 on the scrape?
I believe so. Not 100% certain on the scraping schedule right now.
Yeah, that's all right. You got out to the broom that time. Sometimes there tends to be an overcompensation, even by the elite players. Make sure you're positive.
Yeah, you want to make sure you make contact there. Certainly
Yeah.
don't want to fly by again.
Actually, maybe just a hair more, Jack. Just a hair more. That's about where you were. There, yeah.
Glenn knows is this, and then if Epping takes a run at the slash double, they've got a tap or come around this corner again.
Does that get in far enough, or does it just leave a slash double here?
Yeah, it looks like the way that he put down the broom there, it looks like it's a dead nose hit double, like the guard's not even in play.
Yeah, because if you can keep the shooter around, that's.
Yeah, I think
although-
he just.
I wonder even if it sticks around and it just nibbles on the outside, whether Glenn ignores it.
Yeah, the guard's not even in play for this.
I just think, though, that even if you make a tap behind those two reds, that just seems like a fairly straightforward, because of the way the two reds are sitting, to get a straight run back.
Yeah. Not a simple spot, though.
Oh, he
here.
might have just jammed here.
Yeah, he did. So that rock is probably half open, 3/4 open now. Definitely get, although it looks like it's,
Probably even more.
yeah, probably even more, and it's pretty high guard. So I think he's probably gonna tap.
The question is can Glenn make the split on that yellow up top?
He might be able to.
And actually said 3.
I guess the issue for that is that if you do make the split, that Epping's always going to have a chance to come off the shooter. But yeah,
If you can sit 3 versus sitting 2, though, I think that's always a good thing.
yeah. At this point, you've pretty much got a deuce locked up. You know, make this straight up tap, and Epping either tries the double run, brings 3 into play, or just hits the open one and concedes his 2. If you try to get fancy and sit 3, then all of a sudden he makes a little hit and roll and takes you out of the end. You know, 2 is good here. 2 is a great start.
Glenn Howard throwing yellow stones with the hammer here in the first end.
So we're just guessing at what we think he's playing here, right, Matt?
He's playing a tap.
Just a straight tap, you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, Matt. The split there likely is going to hit that top yellow real thin.
No, all of a sudden, no. So if he's playing the
they're on it
tap, it looks closer to the slip. Is he even going to hit it? Oh,
They were sweeping it to get it to curl.
yeah.
Again, that spot has been a tricky spot on this sheet.
Yeah. So that earlier today, that spot just really straight. Just from the looks of that ice, just a control weight hit here, even a dead nose. Sweeping it to get it to curl.
Wanted to get a little roll underneath, or at least stay. Make Glenn have to throw at something, but
Yeah, he's gonna take a look at this at the split, but I think he just ends up going to the next end.
Oh, he just
well, you
threw
throw
it.
the
I
weight at
wonder-
it. You know, you throw back, back 12, just
I
through.
know, it's just
I think
such
he's
a
gonna-
real.
I think he's very tempted. It is a difficult one
It's
because
very
he's
tempting.
out
but
wide
I
on the
think
wings there. Yeah.
It also has oops force written all over it, especially with I know they wouldn't be guessing this time on the ice, but it's just such. Let's see what he's playing.
He really just has to rub it, though. I think that's
Yeah.
the
Well,
way
that's
to
the
play.
problem, though. You sail
Yeah.
through, or you hit it too thick and don't roll in, because it's not an easy roll in either.
Yeah.
It looks like he's throwing it through.
No.
Good
Maybe not.
idea
He's pretty
here.
intent on this.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
he's trying
being
the
played.
split.
I like this call, but
And they're
right now it looks like he's
sweeping
going to miss
to
it
get it
completely
by
again.
now.
Yeah.
It's the strangest throw through I've ever seen. I guess it was the either we get two or we blank.
Well, it's
Well,
kind of
yeah,
that get a
that
read
was-
on the spot. So
that
we'll be
was
right
a-
back. Quick commercial break. Blank end here in the first. Team Howard will keep the hammer into the second.
When I sweep with the Gold Line Fiber Light, I feel like I'm sweeping on TV.
That's life.
More surface area, better results.
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
You need to sweep for weight.
You need to sweep with this.
Now, every time I curl, people ask me, what are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
It's a gold line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Can
Firehouse Subs has so many delicious quality subs. There's something for everyone. But the one that started it all more than 25 years ago was the Hook and Ladder. Piping hot and piled high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast, honey ham, melted Monterey Jack, and loaded with the freshest toppings on a toasted roll. Try the Hook and Ladder today to find out why everyone keeps coming back again and again. The Hook and Ladder. One bite and you'll be hooked. Visit firehousesubs.ca to order online.
Glenn Howard here. I'm a proud beer store manager, one of 7,000 hardworking employees. There's been a lot of talk lately about putting beer in the corner stores. So let's talk about the beer store. We keep prices down with our efficient distribution system. We check IDs, keeping beer out of the hands of minors. We take back and recycle 87% of beer containers sold in Ontario. And we love what we do. I'm proud to say when it comes to selling beer, the beer store does it the best.
How could you not love Glenn Howard? He'll even sell you your beer.
Yeah.
So, of course, the beer store, great sponsor, supporter of Team Howard as well. Team Epping with Brent Lang at lead. Pat Jansen at second. Ryan Fry at third. Of course, the skipper, John Epping. Currently number 2 ranked team in the world.
Sorry, say that again. Lead. Anything?
Pat Jansen, second. Ryan Fry.
I'm hearing an echo in the background, Jerry.
Team's just getting a feel for the ice out here. Trying to play a hit around that guard. Though that might have even been a optional tick shot, to be honest.
I think so. They just probably played it tight.
That's sort of the idea there. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a halfway guard here.
That's almost as good as, probably better than digging that stone out from behind.
Yeah.
You make the peel and you throw the corner at the same time.
Been an optional tick shot, to be honest.
I think so. They just probably played it tight.
You said you were. You're doing I kind of put.
Just a straight up peel here.
Looks like they were playing the run.
They were definitely playing the run.
Yeah, sweeping to keep that straight.
Yeah.
Should have maybe audibled that. Let it curl more, just missing, leaving the guard there. Not in a great spot.
Not really. Now they're slept one around here on the outturn, and rock placement will be pretty key on this one because you just don't want to leave the natural half a rock double. So you want to almost be top 4, just biting the top 4. Doesn't look like it's going to be. That opens it up for Glenn. You can hit and roll here almost anywhere. Really want to get underneath here. I think the interesting thing that we're going to have to watch too is hit and rolls across the house because the other team can't sweep. So Epping can't sweep the roll on this. I mean, this one, it did come into play, right? But if it's behind the tee line, like you can't sweep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it certainly affects some decision making. I know you sent me a comment from one of the early games. I think it was Cam and Howard.
Yeah.
Where they played a shot that had, I think it was Cam, or had Howard been able to sweep, maybe he doesn't play it.
Yeah, maybe. You can play those outside hack weight hit and rolls and not worry about the sweeping. Oh, they were gonna run this back and they changed their mind and now they're playing like just a little board weight hit and roll off the.
Oh, that's way out there.
It's interesting that they talked John into not running the guard back to play this board waiter. Is he going to try this with the outturn again or the in-turn? I think he's going to try this wide outturn. No, there's the in-turn. He's coming around his own rock.
This ice has great curl. Burying around a top 12 stone, certainly very possible out here. Howard was 32 and 26 on the season last year, winning the Stu Sells 1824 Halifax Classic.
It's a good-looking shot, except it's make room for 2 there, boys.
Yeah, just a bit too deep or not deep enough.
I'm not sure why he didn't just come around that outturn again and leave this for John.
Through that hole.
Yeah. Well, if Fry can make this good, then it's gonna be a tough end. Gonna be a tough rest of the end for Howard. No, that's
There's not a lot of. This is just hanging out there and a little light.
Yeah, it's just a little light.
Yeah, there's not a lot of angle raises left out there either for late in the end. But at this point, if John can get one in there somehow.
Well, now he's gonna hit into this and try to he's gonna try to jiggle the yellow over. Even if he jiggles it over into the hole, that would be awesome. But the great part about it is that his shooter sits like edge on edge with the guard, removing these 2 rocks really tough.
Side by
It's not
side.
I wonder,
Yeah.
would John
Can you
be
make all
tempted to
three?
try that out turn, come around at this
Can you
point?
make all three go with a hit?
You might be able to. You just feather it.
Half stone?
Yeah, you think it runs in there? I think you'd rather nose it and stay there. I think you just want to nose this, stay right there. If you can just dead nose it,
Yeah, you're not getting the back one off that. It is
Yeah.
overlapped. So
just dead nose it. I mean, you got to throw pretty good weight.
So
he's
is this
probably gonna-
locked to the top, or is this
Yeah.
stone behind the other one? I thought
No,
this
he's-
one was maybe a hair behind.
no, it's above. It's just
Okay.
Yeah,
above.
it's above.
But he's
hitting it
going
high
off the
side.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was maybe a hair bit behind from this
So that's-
angle when we were originally looking at
Yeah,
it.
much better to nose it now. I think Glenn will
Yeah.
have a shot at trying to get 3 here if he can make
Oh
it.
yeah. If he can put this top 4, they probably want it to be top 4 buried. The closer it gets to the back one, the harder it is to freeze to that back one. So he doesn't want to throw this top 12 because then it opens up the freeze to the back one.
I think if he makes a great shot, John might just be playing to try to pick one out, give him 2.
Maybe that's not an easy pick, but you're right.
Yeah.
Like what he wants to do is be fully buried top 4 foot, biting like half in the top 4.
Maybe even showing a nibble just to block off that path to that back one a little more.
Yeah. It looks like a solid deuce. Glenn's made a few of these in his life. Sweeping it for over curl right now, which means that it might be
Are
light.
they? Or is he just light? Oh, he's just light.
Yeah.
No. Or
No, he's good.
no, he's
Yeah, this is about perfect.
Just about perfect. Maybe just a hair deep, but not bad. I don't think he freezes. There you go. Shows you what I know.
Well, I think he has no choice but to freeze
I
it.
guess he probably has no choice. Yeah.
I don't think there's a choice because even trying to pick it, I think that's fully buried, and it runs so straight. You
Yeah,
saw how everything was
probably.
running straight there off the center line.
I guess that's the issue with coming that
I mean,
deep right now. Now it goes from a guaranteed deuce to a possible force.
3's in play still.
3's in
I
play
think-
still.
Yeah,
No
I think the pick is such a very difficult shot there. I just think that's
Yeah,
part of
no,
it.
you're right. You're right.
You do have the line to work with, though, all the way down the sheet. Could
Yeah.
use that as a guide.
But if he gets any bounce here, and they're not touching
He's
it at
out
all.
there too.
Yeah,
When the sweepers drop off like
But
that, it's never
that's
good.
never a good sign. No.
Sailing.
Uh-oh.
Just heavy. Few down that track, and
Yeah.
Might even just be a draw. Or is he-
I think it's second shot. I think the
Second
red
shot?
one ended up being second shot. So just a simple little control weight nose hit. I think I'd play the nose hit anyway, even though he just threw the draw.
Epping was 3-2 in 5 matchups last season between these two teams. Glenn still gets his fair share against John.
Still lifting it, Cliffy. Still lifting it. Gotta love that.
Stone, second end. Missed that blank in the first.
Oh, it's hanging a little bit.
Need to sweep to curl here.
No one can sweep that.
And it
Not
just
that you
hangs
could-
on.
Not that anybody sweeping that gets that off, but you just want the chance to sweep those.
It sure makes you feel a bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you just put your head down and pound those, and it just hangs on. You're like, oh.
All right, we'll be right back. Quick message.
Hi.
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 I'm Sean Chang.
My name is Chris.
Hi, I'm Phil Hanna.
And I'm an RBC mortgage specialist.
I can meet you where you work, where you live, or halfway across town. Unia Mortgage Specialist.
You can find us anywhere, from here
to here,
and even way over here.
But what is a
mortgage specialist?
And what does a mortgage specialist do?
What does a mortgage specialist do?
What does a mortgage specialist do?
Well, to start, we understand our communities. Whether you live in Little Portugal
or run and operate a store in Bloor West Village.
We want to understand you. We take the time to get to know each and every one of our clients.
Because we all have unique circumstances.
And we would love to get to know yours.
So, let's meet at your closest branch.
Or maybe over a cup of coffee.
So we can understand what matters to you.
We're here to support you.
And we never,
ever
leave our clients behind.
Whether you're buying your first home
or your fifth.
Or even when you're looking to build your dream home.
We bring our deep understanding of the real estate landscape and our communities.
Together, under the one team of RBC.
Para melhor atender você. Because our goal is to help you achieve yours.
Our goal is to help you achieve yours.
And we'll work tirelessly to make your dream home a reality.
To make your dream home a reality.
Your goals and dreams deserve an expert. Come and see an RBC mortgage specialist today, where we won't leave a client behind.
Back here for the third end, Glenn Howard, 3 in the second. Big score to get started here.
Should see some offense from Team Epping.
All right, and we're back?
Yeah, we're back.
I'm going to hand the reins over to the two of you for this end. I'll be back near the end to roll the next commercial.
Yeah, so Glenn went in top 4, Epping through a corner. Glenn's throwing a guard on it. So here we go.
He's coming right in, though, instead of throwing up the second corner.
Yeah,
which
it's half open, or 3/4 or a quarter open at least. So the guard overcurled a bit.
Still
just get a
the
rock
third.
in there.
It's still the third end. He just needs to get a deuce. He doesn't have to try to play for everything.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I think he likes the way it's set up. He has a run back now. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Glenn's going to come in here again. I think you'll see Epping do the same thing again. This is like who's going to be first to run back the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Key to this shot is don't bounce. Stay in front of it. Stay up top. Sweeping it for curl, so it must be a little bit light. Sweeping it to stop it from curling. It's pretty good.
But little bounce? Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. When they're sweeping it on that side, that it doesn't, that the line is good. Epping going for the run back. One goal here would be to try to keep a corner guard if possible. Keep his shooter.
No.
Yeah. So now Glenn has a decision. He's going to walk up and just rip the corner guard and
I mean, he could make a play on those rocks in the house, but he probably just leaves a bunch of backing for freezes and other trouble.
Up 3, you're not really in a situation where you're looking like you're going to steal. So, because you're throwing like a pretty lonely guard up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
oh,
that's good. Now the question becomes for Epping, what does he do? Do you kind of regroup to the next end? And
Well, he's got to put his shooter. You know that Glenn's hitting on the next thing, so you got to put your shooter in a spot that you can't. I mean, if you just don't want to let him get, 2 reds out on the same shot.
Yeah, he's going to try to throw back 8 and just tap this back, just rearrange him a bit. The goal is to try to sit his shooter on top of on top of Howard's rock. So
well, I like the idea of trying to push it right back quite a fair bit.
Yeah.
It might seem like a great idea to build a wall, but that also makes it harder to get more than one, because at some point now you're just sort of freezing rocks into a tight pile.
It looks super light.
Oh, actually something happened on this, and or got it going at the start, or something happened on that.
He's just really light. From his hand, he was just really super light.
Interestingly enough, though, it's kind of
it's not bad. It's not bad. It ends up in a has to be dealt with.
Now,
Glenn just thrown board here because he really wants to sit in it right in front. It's such an, I tell you, it's such an Ontario thing to just throw in Glen. Just throw a nice little weight.
It's 2020, Matt. I don't think us Western teams still throw it that hard anymore. I think we can throw soft weight also. It does happen.
It's possible.
It is possible.
He's going to do the same shot, actually. And if he actually does the same shot, the Red Rock is going to have a real hard time. They're going to have with that Yellow Rock there now.
Yeah.
They're going to have a real hard time getting rid of this shooter.
Well, that was actually not a great result by
No, it didn't end up in a great spot.
Land over there.
So Fry can make this shot where it's just a tap back and sit the shooter right there. I mean, there's still half an end to go.
I might be in the minority here, but I'm a little strange. I like those ends where you can generate scoring without guards.
That had to be that just had to be harder. That's all.
No, there's still rocks to play with, but I find this fascinating, trying to break down. It's like a puzzle. All of a sudden now, instead of just having guards to play with. Although I'm sure John would prefer to have guards.
Yeah, he would much prefer to have guards. Well, the issue now is that if Howard can just nose hit here, they're going to have to.
Oh, this is just moving hard too, isn't it? Did he get it?
Perfect.
Well, the danger with how this is developing is John wants to have something at least to get himself out of the end.
Well, yeah, he's gonna throw this hard, and just
see. I don't know that he needs. I don't know that he needs to throw this incredibly hard. In fact,
he does. He needs to get. He might be able to get some action on the 2 rocks that are on the lid right now. And
I suppose, but I don't want my shooter spinning out. I got to keep my shooter.
He wants to nose hit
rocks.
He wants to nose hit.
This is not what you want.
No. He wanted to nose hit that.
Yeah.
I recognize that. But, he's...
Well, I guess my point is there's still a lot of rocks to come, Matt. I don't mind playing even just down weight. I mean, you're not down weight, but you don't have to rip it, I guess would be my thought.
I guess. There's only 2 rocks to come.
Yeah.
So...
No, that was Ryan's last.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Ryan's
last.
There's
two skip rocks to come.
But there's
4
total. Sure.
4 total.
Rocks.
2.
Yeah.
And right now, you're 2 shots away from getting rid of those yellows. And you only have 2 shots.
Well, right now, you're pretty much not getting 2. That's once you lose a shooter there, it's end over.
Glenn is trying to hit and roll to the edge of his own rock.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing a ton of weight here, is he?
Yeah, he's not messing around. He doesn't want to move those rocks though. He wants to just hit and roll to just hit and roll a hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right there.
See, that's
yeah. Now basically the shot is to
now we're not in an arena, right?
Yeah. They might not that back one might not go.
Even though these are great
conditions. The middle one might not go. The top, he's playing this he's going to be throwing this pretty hard. He wants to hit a little bit high side.
If he hits it high side, in a way, you're sort of dragging that middle rock a bit, and it's going to hit it thicker onto that back rock. And
And then the more high side that you hit it, the more it drags.
What do you think? Is it gonna? Does he get them all?
He gets rid of 2. He gets rid of 2.
I'm with you, Matt. I agree. I think that middle one stays.
Let's run the intern at it too.
Yeah. He didn't really. He's not really. I mean, no, he's throwing good weight, but we know he can throw more than that. The middle one does go. Is actually the top. Well, where he hit it.
He hit it on the low side.
Is that what he? But is that what he was trying?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I guess it was the high side on his end because he threw the intern. That's right.
Yeah.
I would have thrown the outside, not that, but you know.
Well, the way he threw it, the only thing that was going to happen is that yellow rock was going to stay right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was never moving.
Just try to put this rock in a spot where just make the force. Really doesn't matter where it goes. I mean, you just wanna try to force them. Don't leave a double and a blank.
Last stone here in the third end for Glenn Howard. Epping with one more.
He's just trying to sit 2 and force the force.
Sorry, my wife's been watching Star Wars. They've been playing it on Showcase today. So when you keep saying the force, it's actually it just keeps reminding me of that. Oh, that should be fine.
Look at that. You can't sweep it. Probably stays in anyway, but it's still. You might take a run at this. Maybe it's kind of a teaser.
Run the double and to blank
Run the double and he's going to look at it.
The question is getting forced to 1 isn't great. But I
think
giving up a steal is
with 5 rock,
it's going to take you right out.
Like you can get 2, get 3 back maybe.
He's taken a hard look at this.
I could just see him making the double and trying to roll out and then not being, and then it. But you can sweep your own out, so I guess you'd have that opportunity, right?
Yeah.
You can't sweep your opponent's.
You just can't sweep when it's not your turn.
Mm-hmm.
So you can sweep your opponent's stones as long as it's your house under control.
Mm-hmm.
Probably this goes in an arena, but at
I think there's a lot of ways here.
He has the ice.
Yeah.
It looks like he has the ice for taking a run at this double.
Now, is there a chance to jam that and then give up a steal? I think there is,
sure.
right? You could see your shooter roll. Depends on what weight he's playing here.
He's likely going to be coming with it.
From the looks of things, he's throwing it pretty hard.
Looks like it is the blanket.
John Epping, last stone here, the third end. Looking for the double and blank.
Throwing the outturn this time.
And does stuff it.
Yeah.
Steal a 1 for Team Epping. Out of the break, I'll have a great little feature from Team Epping with one of their partners, Coolbet. We'll be right back. We're streaming live from the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard from the KW Granite Club in Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario.
Hey guys, we are here at the Summit at King and Bathurst, and this condo complex is crazy. Look, it's got an outdoor pool, it's got 2 barbecues, has an indoor pool, full gym, yoga, workout room. This is truly like being at Club Med. Now, we're bringing this amazing 1-bedroom and den condo unit to market, brand new wood floor, brand new gorgeous kitchen, brand new bathroom, open concept. This building was built about 30 years ago. When they built these condos, they built them for living. So we're almost 700 square feet of open space, floor to ceiling glass, so much room, closets, storage. This is an amazing unit. So go to stusells.ca, look at all these pictures, see the video, and then call me Stu and come for your personal tour.
trying to get along with your families now, which I think a lot of people are trying to do. But usually you're on the road, probably trying to get along with each other. You guys spend a lot of time on the road. I don't know if you have the rule of what goes on the road stays on the road, but I want you to break that rule right now, because I've heard a few stories of what goes on when you guys are out there. One being about a snowstorm in Portage this year and all the power went out.
Yeah, well, one of the, Fry was mentioning earlier, one of the events you circle on the calendar is in Portage. And it was, I think, mid-October, and we knew there was going to be a big snowstorm when we were playing there. And just as we were landing, the snow started to hit, and actually Matt was supposed to come in. Of course, he flies everywhere from Ottawa. The other three of us, we fly from Toronto everywhere. So yeah, it turns out actually Matt never made it to Portage that weekend. But when we
I got close.
You got close, but after we got there, they shut down the highway, so nobody could travel in. And so right when we started our first game, the power in the building kept flickering on and off, and I think we were in the second or third end, and the other team, they were throwing a really kind of heavyweight shot, and the lights just went out. And then they kind of came back on. I jumped off the ice because the rock was flying down the sheet. But,
a side note to that, Johnny, is the fact that we were in absolute jail that end. I missed two shots horribly that we were probably going to give up a 4-ender, and then the lights went off, so it was an easy fix. We just left the curling rink, and I never had to see those two shots again.
Awesome.
Yeah, another thing is in curling, you can play with 3 players. So, I mean, kind of sucks for Langer.
Yeah.
It's kind of normal, and yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, Fry. I was gonna have to throw you under the bus. I thought the lights out after those 2 bricks you threw in the third there, but you were saved. It's that clean. Good things happen to good people. You were saved.
Oh, you pay the right guys to flick off the power. Things go well.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
Fun video there from one of Team Epping's sponsors and partners, CoolBet. Team Epping getting busy over the pandemic as well with their sponsor, hosting a Sunday night poker game over the summer.
So last end is a prime example of why I love the blank end. I know there's always this discussion about removing blanks and their rules or ideas and how to change it. I guess if you want to create a different sport, like, mixed doubles, great, fine. But to me, the traditional ruling of it just adds the strategy into it. If there's no blank end option, there's only one option for John there, and there's no discussion.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
And
they're gonna go hard in this end too. They're definitely gonna go hard.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a choice also that's centered around 5 rock and very much, I think, right, Jerry, probably the sense that I'd rather be 4 down with than 2 down without. Is that a fair thought, or that it's close to equal anyway?
Yeah, I think that's pretty close to equal.
Yeah.
I mean, their goal here is to try to convince Glenn's team to throw some draws. Boys look like they're trying to talk him into throwing a peel here.
Well, with the 5 rock, it is hard to get out of an end. So
yeah,
you actually are encouraged to be more aggressive and keep the pressure on.
It's like he's just trying to freeze on top of this. Just get another rock in the way. Acts as a guard. Get on the inside, change the angle. Epping's coming off that outside red one eventually in this end. That's his hope. just trying to move things around here. The key is get the shooter. They don't care. Like, just move these yellow rocks, but get the shooter in behind that corner guard if possible.
Yeah, I think everything at this stage now is trying to set up the end for a circus shot at the end where John gives himself a chance for 3.
If the weight's good, he's got a good one.
Well, that's a good shot.
It's not bad, because the good news is that Howard has to throw. And it was really like, where do you put it?
Well, and he doesn't want to go chasing that, but he is realizing that rock could end up counting at the later on if things don't go properly. It's going to take several shots to get that red one out of there, so maybe the idea is not... Let's see. Is he actually going to try and roll away on this? Is that the idea?
It looks like what he called was like a split on that rock that's right there. Like, just jiggle them all around and get a shooter over in behind that guard.
And leave the red so that it'd be going through a field goal, I guess, and after this is done.
I don't think so, because I think it just jams on that other yellow.
No, but I'm thinking if he hits this yellow, if he bounces off of it, the two yellows spin out a little bit, and it just leaves a hole. I think
the biggest key here is get the shooter over there. I like this call.
Yeah. So when this is done, that red will have nothing behind it. Is the idea. Yeah. Well, except
it's nice. Well, now they're going to play this exact same shot.
Oh yeah, I know. The way they line up, it looks like the red still comes right onto that yellow.
I don't think that matters anymore. I think he's just playing. He's like, John is now looking at the. John's really looking at this. He's looking at that, right? Like a half. He's looking at a half rock double right now, over to the catcher, but he wants to save it. So if you can nose hit right here, if you can just nose hit that shot's always going to be there. It's really.
What's he calling here?
He's trying to nose hit the yellow one on the back yellow, the side yellow one. So he's just going to try to nose hit that one.
Yeah, just with soft weight, because it's pretty hard to get that to. Oh, that's way out there, but it's.
Yeah, it's coming in because they're sweeping. They're sweeping it for the non-curl.
Oh, he was just playing backline weight on it actually.
Yeah, just perfect. It's actually not bad. It's a decent end now. Epping's got a shot.
I don't know that Glenn wants to keep his shooter around there. That could be actually cause trouble.
I don't think. Well, the problem is if he doesn't, then they play the double on the other two. And they're sitting. They could sit two. Like, because Fry got inside a little bit, so it's hard to nose it. That was what was great about that shot. He got just a hair inside. So now Glenn can't nose this. If he rolls out, Epping plays the double on the two yellows and sits two. And was a really patient call by John.
Sorry, Matt. Special thank you to Matt Hames, Kevin Palmer of the Curling Zoom Party, joining tonight.
So they're trying to hit it and roll. I mean, I guess you want to roll as far as. I don't know where. You just don't want to hit that top yellow.
I think you got to.
Well, that outcounts that red stone in the back corner
it's a flat
there.
double, but it's still there, and that's.
Yep.
think Glenn knew that was going to happen, but they wanted to try to make it as difficult as possible.
Well, he hit that a little bit thinner.
Club. That's a curling club flat double. Damn, like that. that's pretty easy, or easier. Not pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's easier in an arena and a curling club. This is going to have some heat. He's throwing. I would think he's throwing the intern at this so he can get a little bit of a flatter lie.
Looks like it.
Yeah. This is going to be moving.
If he makes it, he's in good shape.
Yeah. Still in good shape.
Except he leaves the in-off his own.
Lives the in-off his own, definitely. And for added benefit, like Glenn may even gets rid of the back. He might dead jam it on the back red if he plays it.
Don't jam the back yellow, though.
No. I don't think you do that. I don't know if he plays.
Does he even want to play? Wait, maybe he's just going to play a
straight draw, right?
Play a draw with a rub off his own. That's another option. Or he's looking at. He
straight
thinks
back. Yellow onto red.
Hit what he can see of the yellow onto the red. I think what they were talking about when they were motioning is that it's gonna dead jam on that back red and it's not going anywhere, but they're okay with it because they're gonna get rid of the top red. Or the back red, I mean. They're gonna get rid of one of the reds, but I think it's gonna jam.
You might be willing to just turn around to John and say, "Hey, why don't I just give you 2 right now and we'll stop throwing rocks." We'll play the next
sure he'd
end.
love that.
Yeah.
This is the threat of the Epping shot here. You never know. You better put him in a good spot.
Oh, is this tight to the guard?
It is, but it
just gets it by.
It ends up in a really decent result because really.
Yeah, I like that call from Epping. John hits that top one, rolls all the way over. What's Glenn do?
Yeah, you gotta. I think Glenn probably just goes top 4 foot buried, right, with the intern.
And if you leave it out on one side a little too much.
Right, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, but if could you not just come down and play like a hack weight hit and roll and try to get the deuce out of your 2 skip rocks? Like you're gonna lose that back. You're gonna lose that back red one.
It does seem like you should be able to play a roll off that yellow, and it might even.
Yeah, the simple 2's still here.
Yeah,
but I think if you're John, you're trying to find 3.
This is a shot that might bring more into play.
Yeah.
That's what he's hoping for. That's what he's playing. He's playing to bring more into play.
Like if you can get this rolled underneath the corner guards, then all of a sudden Glenn's position on his next one is not a gimme.
No, it's definitely not. See what the sweepers think about the weight. I don't think they like it. Oh, it's not bad.
Just down.
Yeah. That's not bad. Well, Glenn's pretty sure he can make this in turn. Hit it a little high side. Do you think that's all the way buried, Jerry? I don't.
The high red.
Yeah, the high red. The John Shooter.
I think if you just take out shot stone, is there any way he gets 3?
No.
No.
I think he's still looking at a force though.
There is the thin double. If you just pick shot stone, you may be able to hit yellow, catch on the yellow in the back there.
Can Glenn hit enough of that red rock right now to clip the yellow on the way by? Like hit and roll into the center and just clip the yellow on the way by.
I think he's looking to just take the red out, is he?
Are you talking about clip the yellow in the back?
No, so hit the one that Epping just rolled to there. Hit and roll to the center, right? And as you go by, clip that yellow one and maybe jam it onto the back red.
Oh, so hit close to nose. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But even if I'm saying like play the straight hit and roll on the red. I think that's what he's
on the top red.
On the top red. That's what he's playing.
If you hit 3/4 on the top, you actually hit that yellow pretty thick. It takes the other red one out. Both reds go.
Yeah.
So he's hitting that. He's hitting the shoot.
Just hit 2/3. Just hit 2/3.
It looks like he's playing this with Peel. No, he's just picking out the back one.
No, he's just picking out the back one
with the out turn.
With an out turn.
Yeah, he's picking out the back one with the out turn.
Which is not an easy shot.
No.
No.
If you can keep the shooter. Yeah, no chance of 3 now.
Tough deuce too. Oh, Rye's looking at the
quad for 3.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Might as well. I just don't think that Glenn's last shot goes anywhere. I don't know how you get it out of the 8-foot.
Oh, you hit it hard. If you can backside it just a little bit.
And
hit where you can see and
well, I'm hoping he tries it.
He's trying it.
He's
Fry's like, here's the brim. Just try it.
I just don't think that other yellow spits out of the 8, and in order to get it to, I think your red shooter probably spins out. But
Langer's coming down to decide whether or not.
I don't even know if how much of that yellow can you see. That's what he's looking at.
Sliver.
I don't think he can see enough to actually catch
He's
that
hoping
double.
if he backs up enough, he can see more.
Find your line. He's looking at the run.
There's not a lot of shots for 2. It's not easy to come. There's no easy shot to just come down and get 2, like, because you can't come through that intern port with quiet weight. You can't throw an out turn at it. So there's this might be the only shot for 2, trying to hit what you can see of it and play the double. And use the catchers in the back.
Well, I guess you've only got to just push it back to the 12 there. I think
the problem is, Kevin, though, with that intern.
Well, with that center guard, I don't know.
Yeah,
you're right.
I don't think you can. Yeah. I don't think you can play it with like back 8 weight or back 12 weight. That's the problem. Like once it comes off that line, it's gonna go.
I think the first shot he called set this up.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's trying to hit what he can see right here. And then with an intern and hope his shooter jams on or jams into that back pocket.
I don't think it jams on that back one where it is.
Well, he just wants a shooter to get over there and sit. It probably comes off the backside.
Yeah, well, that's my thinking.
Yeah,
I just don't
throwing
think
it hard.
Lost stone, 4th end. It's got to be close.
Yeah, off the backside and
for a single.
Good for one. Was almost 2.
Could he hit more? Needed to hit just a hair
I don't
thicker.
know that he could hit that much more.
I don't think he could hit it more without hitting his own.
I mean, probably a sliver.
So close. All right, we'll be right back after this quick break.
No matter what speed you're comfortable with, the G50 line has a shoe for you.
That's comfortable and stylish. When it was time to get his first pair of curling shoes, we went with Goal Line. Now it's time for the G50.
Looks great, but it grips better than anything. Man, this is a light curling shoe.
These remind me of why I like to play the game.
This is actually the most comfortable curling shoe I have ever owned. It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
What does it take to have the safest roads in North America year after year? Is it responsible sales, service, behavior? Is it effective legislation, enforcement, campaigning? Ontario's roads, safer for all of us. Thanks for playing your part.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listing. And I am so pumped to bring 113th Street to market. This is a super cool house. We are in New Toronto. The lake is right there. The bike path is right there. Do you know what? I've always said in real estate, this area of Lakeshore, New Toronto is gonna be the next beaches of Toronto. You can see the development. And voila, we have this great raised bungalow. The ceilings in the basement are 8 feet tall, and you have a 1-bedroom apartment in the basement for extra income. And you know what? My client has done all the hard work. She's taken out the wall. She's put in the structural support beam. So everything's there to put a second story on, or you know what? Just come to this beautiful country-like setting backyard and just chill. The home has a lot of upgrades. Like I said, it has the beam. It's an open concept. And you know what? The crazy thing about this bungalow is it actually has a front hall closet, which most bungalows don't. So look, go to stusells.ca. You can see all the pictures and videos of this amazing backyard. You can take a tour of the area and call me Stu and come have a showing.
We're back here with Matt Hames, Kevin Palmer of the Curling Zoom Party. My name's Jerry Gertz of Curling Zone. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in this weekend, last weekend as well. We've got the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard part of this week's edition. 3 weekends in a row here at the KW Granite Club to kick off the season.
From the Curling Zoom Party. Yeah, we started having a Curling Zoom Party in March, and we watch a curling game every Saturday night, and sometimes we even have some of the people in the game.
Probably one of the most fun episodes for me was a couple weeks ago with Men with Brooms.
Yeah, right. We watched Men with Brooms with a whole bunch of people who were in it.
I'm not sure that we watched a lot of Men with Brooms. It was on while we discussed the movie and other things.
Certainly learned a lot of the behind the scenes knowledge. I know I wasn't around in the game at that point. I was just competing juniors coming up into men's, and hearing everything behind it, and how the curling ice was an absolute disaster within the movie.
Oh yeah, it was so bad. If you actually watch Men with Brooms, there's not a lot of curling. There's not a lot of curling shots in it. Like there's not a lot of shots of curling because the ice had puddles in it, and we couldn't get a rock over to the other side.
I thought you were going to say, Jerry, that the reason you started curling is because you saw that movie, but that wasn't the inspiration?
No, the inspiration of that would have been CBC, probably the Scotties or the Briar. Watched it when I was a kid. I don't know what drew me to curling. Maybe it was the 4 channels we had. But it certainly drew my interest. Don Whitman, Don Duguid were still doing it when I got going, and then from there, grade 7 field trip to the curling club.
So that wasn't the shot that they were hoping for. Now Epping's just going to try to put one on the lid here, and there's going to be a lot of peeling from Glenn's team. Got to try to manufacture a steal here. Steal, steal, steal is really what you're thinking.
Team Howard 7-0 on the season, 5-0 last weekend. Still has not lost yet.
It looks good for him this game too. My guess is the odds are you're in the single digits of winning this game if you're Epping.
Yep, down 3 without even.
This is going to probably get rid of both. No, that's fine though. Chip away at those high centers and
So has there been any discussions in Ontario yet about how they're gonna have a play down or what the plan is? Is that still all in discussion?
Yeah, I know we're far from that right now. Curl on, just trying to get curling clubs open right now. We're seeing restrictions in general being added.
This is not a good shot right here.
No.
I believe these two teams. At least Glenn and John have battled in that over the years many times.
Glenn's going to try to actually. He said he's not playing it cute, but he did say if you can hit and roll onto the rings, it'd be awesome. But they're throwing a ton of weight.
Head-to-head between Epping and Howard, dating back to February 9th, 2006, the Kia Cup, which is the Ontario Provincials. 32-20 in favor of Howard.
So Epping's in force mode now. So this shot is to try to force. Don't let him blank. They're not trying to steal here. They're now trying to just get a rock back there. Force him into thinking about a center guard.
Great shot.
That's a great shot. Maybe I take it all back. Maybe you can get
every
a steal
time.
out of that.
Every time someone makes a shot like that, you think of the 2004 Briar.
Yeah,
every
absolutely.
single time now.
which we watched in the curling Zoom party.
We did, yeah.
And we had one of the players from the winning team on.
Rob the losing team did not decide to join. The Furby 4 have joined for other games, but not that one. They weren't interested.
Yeah.
I think Randy's
So what do you play
commentary
here?
on the TSN top.
What do you play here,
show.
guys? I think you play that. You just play hit and roll and move them around.
Yeah, just juggle.
You just try to juggle them around so that
you still do have hammer. If you can leave 3 rocks in the house, if you're second, third, and fourth, that's not too bad.
At this point, I wouldn't even care about leaving 3 rocks in the house.
Yeah.
I'd get rid of the Glenn's in the mode where he's got to score. So play it with if you lose the back one, great. But the key is to try to just. It looks like, even if you.
We're just playing to split it right now. I think.
I don't think that. I think it's more like a control weight.
Based. I guess my point is, if you don't hit the back, if you don't move the back one, it's not bad.
He doesn't have the control weight. The weight is pretty good.
He's just playing a split.
Yeah, just a straight up split.
And all 3 rocks are front of the tee line. No.
I think you either got to freeze on your own or you got a corner freeze here.
Yeah, he's trying the corner freeze.
And you actually want to be, if you can get almost beside it,
What if you hit and rolled here?
Hit and roll off the outside red, off the outside yellow, I mean.
Well, the one that's fully in the 4 right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Roll under. Get any kind of angle, you're good.
Yeah.
Get it in line, you're really good.
If you can make this shot as called, then it's
got to be
gonna have
absolutely perfect though.
Oh yeah, absolutely it does.
Well,
if he's on
number 2 ranked in the world, he's pretty close often.
If there's any bump here, this game's going to be over pretty quick. Actually, it looks like
This looks real good.
What a great shot.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
Move it down, move it a few more inches so it dead jams on the other one if they hit it. But then it gives it could have given Cliffy a tap back on that yellow. So it took away everything. He's probably just going to have to come down and smash it.
Yeah, just play a draw to the top of the button.
He can slash his yellow one in still, the wide one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? Throw a draw right in that hole. Kind of bounce off yours. Create the angle on that side.
Yeah.
And then you've got both sides covered.
I guess he's not going to whack.
You don't need to right now.
It's tempting to just hit the top.
Hit that top red and think. Yeah, they're looking to see if it spins off the top of that yellow.
I think it does.
I think it does as well.
Up too.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Yeah, that.
How many of your yellows do you lose though? Because if you hit it on the nose,
you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose a bunch of them. But and then
if you hit it on the nose, it's gonna leave a guard for John. He'll draw around, and now he'll sit 2 buried.
I don't think he's gonna try to hit it on the nose though. I think
don't like the hit. I don't like the hit on the red at all. Because if you hit it thinner on the inside, you're gonna kill the one yellow. The yellow it's frozen to is gone. The other yellow might be gone. And John's still gonna have something to lie to underneath there.
No, if you want Glenn playing a shot, I'd rather him playing this than a peel on that top red. I think he'd draw the.
Yeah, if you're John,
draw to the lid over a peel.
Howard with hammer here, with the 4-1 lead.
They like the weight, and they like the line. Oh. Yikes.
That's pretty good.
That's covering the nut, is it?
That's enough.
Yeah, the problem is John will come down. He can freeze in there. And likely just a force.
I think it's a force.
Yeah, if that's just fully into the top 4.
So what is his purpose of playing this weight on this? Why wouldn't he just try to come down and fall?
I don't think he was trying to come that deep. Like they were off, didn't sweep it at all.
I think Matt.
I guess he just likes this. I don't know. I would be playing the draw as well, but seems confident that this is the.
What kind of weight is he playing? Well, he's playing.
Oh, lots. He's playing lots.
Yeah,
he's trying to peel.
He might be trying to come off his
just
own,
clip it
or off
and blast
Glenn's.
it out.
Oof.
I think
not the outcome he was looking for there.
Do you let him
He was trying
throw?
to redirect. He was trying to redirect off the yellow. Yeah, this will be it. Handshakes.
No.
Yeah.
Handshake.
Early exit tonight. That'll be 3 for Team Howard, and we're done here tonight. 7-1 win.
Well, there you go.
And we're back to the Zoom party.
Yeah, anybody
back to the Zoom party.
Yeah, off for the evening. Anybody looking for more curling? I wouldn't be surprised if Team Cooey is doing a bit of streaming. They're doing a multi-camera setup from the McKee Holmes Fall Classic in Alberta right now.
And Pete Stetsky is commentating.
Pete Stetsky. Paul Webster's been on the call, so certainly a great opportunity as well. And Matt, Kevin, thanks again for joining in tonight. It's been a pleasure having the two of you here. I'm going to wrap things up, and I'll come join you in the curling Zoom party.
All right. Thanks, Jerry.
Good. Thanks, Jerry.
See you later.
When I sweep with the Gold Line Fiber Light, I feel like I'm sweeping on TV.
That's life. More surface area, better results. It's that easy.
It's that easy.
You need to sweep for weight?
You need to sweep with this.
Now, every time I curl, people ask me, what are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Firehouse Subs has so many delicious quality subs. There's something for everyone. But the one that started it all more than 25 years ago was the Hook and Ladder. Piping hot and piled high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast, honey ham, melted Monterey Jack, and loaded with the freshest toppings on a toasted roll. Try the Hook and Ladder today to find out why everyone keeps coming back again and again. The Hook and Ladder. One bite and you'll be hooked. Visit firehousesubs.ca to order online.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listing. And I am so pumped to bring 13th Street to market. This is a super cool house. We are in New Toronto. The lake is right there. The bike path is right there. Do you know what? I've always said in real estate, this area of Lakeshore, New Toronto, is going to be the next beaches of Toronto. You can see the development. And voila, we have this great raised bungalow. The ceilings in the basement are 8 feet tall, and you have a 1-bedroom apartment in the basement for extra income. And you know what? My client has done all the hard work. She's taken out the walls. She's put in the structural support beam. So everything's there to put a second story on, or you know what? Just come to this beautiful country-like setting backyard and just chill. The home has a lot of upgrades. Like I said, it has the beam. It's an open concept, and you know what? The crazy thing about this bungalow is it actually has a front hall closet, which most bungalows don't. So look, go to stusells.ca. You can see all the pictures and videos of this amazing backyard. You can take a tour of the area and call me Stu and come have a showing.
Glenn Howard here. I'm a proud beer store manager, one of 7,000 hardworking employees. There's been a lot of talk lately about putting beer in the corner stores. So let's talk about the beer store. We keep prices down with our efficient distribution system. We check IDs, keeping beer out of the hands of minors. We take back and recycle 87% of beer containers sold in Ontario. And we love what we do. I'm proud to say when it comes to selling beer, the beer store does it the best.